Bonafide Takeover Sports. Yeah, I'm changing up my intro this time.
Because we're back.
T-Wil, the people's coach, and Bold Barry.
I'm here. Again.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about PG13, the Celtics. We really don't know what y'all are doing. The lack of fireworks. I'm just going to get right into it. So to get you all some kind of backstory all over the place. Mm-hmm. So Paul George, he's told Indiana that he's opting out. He's leaving. And then, he's going to the Cavs. Where else they say he's going to? I heard the Spurs.
Cavs, Spurs, they were trying to get the Warriors and the Cavs to have a little tussle match about it.
There was a bidding war between.
He moved out of his house. People were Snapchatting like, he's moving.
That was crazy to me.
But that's when you know he's going somewhere, though.
The moving trucks were outside his man's crib 2 days later.
He's going somewhere.
Like,
he's going somewhere. So it's not in Indiana. It could be in LA. It could be in Boston.
It's crazy how social media don't give people no type of privacy.
No privacy, man.
And
it gives us the news, though.
So how it ties into us is the fact that Celtics are also one of the runners to get Paul George, PG13. And, during the draft, we drafted Tatum. And, they're trading Tatum for Paul George. Waiting. Nothing's happening. Middle of the draft. Still waiting. Trade stock stall. Okay. So
still waiting for the 4 years worth of fireworks.
Yeah, and
fireworks forever.
And so at the end of the day, the Celtics, like I said, I personally feel the Celtics had a good draft. They got a few good players in the second round on top of Tatum. And so, but like Rob said, Bold Barry said, the fireworks just aren't there. Another year of this is going to happen. We got a plan together. We're going to trade this pick for that pick, and this pick's over there.
Assets, picks.
Yeah, so that just didn't work out again so far. So, and then the new thing now is if we sign Gordon Hayward, Paul George will come and sign an extension with us, which that would be great. That would be the best win-win scenario. Mm-hmm. But what kind of reactions do you have about this? That was kind of how I feel. What reactions do you kind of have about what is going? Like, what are they doing?
Well, this PG-13 film brought to you by Paul George turned pretty interesting. I mean, he's moving out of his house. Like we already said, it's definitely going somewhere. So my reaction, I'm just, I don't have a reaction because nothing really happened yet. It's just really speculation and just news, and we have to just wait and see because, at this point, once the trade talk stopped, wow, it tells you right there that, we have to wait until July to see what happens. And, it looks like the Celtics have the best options of getting George in the situation. And, I mean, I've said this before, as much as the man says he either wants to go to LA or be in LA or whatever, I'm like, winning changes everything. So if you get put in a winning situation and you have a chance of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, which gives you one step closer to the finals, you're not going to pass that up for a rebuild session or, a lottery team or, even less money on top of that. Because, I mean, personally, if he doesn't make the All-Star team, the playoffs, even the All-Star team in LA, he's killing himself in the pockets with the money. So, I mean, why not play with Boston in the East where you're going to be in the playoffs? I mean, too, the playoffs, but you're going to be an All-Star, and you might even get first-team All-NBA. If Jimmy Butler could get that joint at the 8th seed, why not get it on a contending team, and then you get your money, too? But I need that Paul George rental on a, on a 3-year extension there. I don't want to really get the man and give up too much, because that's what Boston fans say, too, is that we give up too much for studs, which I don't really understand that, but I don't want to give up that too much stuff for just a 1-year rental. But overall, I mean, I would love that deal because then that brings us right back into title contention because, everyone has this concept that we're in this rebuild, but we're contending. We can't be both. So I just hope that we pull for it after July. We'll see what happens if we get Hayward. The new recruitment game is eyeball emojis on Instagram. So
and following it on Twitter,
that's the way we get excited about. Oh my God, he followed him. That means he must be coming.
Or they could just be friends and they seen each other at the club.
Right,
and said, what's
exactly.
Up.
So what's up?
but
they do crap of the world and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than ball.
But man, my whole thoughts about it, like you said, the whole Denny's thing and the rebuild. It gets to a point. All right, I'm gonna play two sides. I understand that trades are not easy. I understand that a lot goes into trades, a lot goes into discussions.
Gotta get the money right.
However you feeling at the moment, just certain whatever. There's a lot that goes into trades that fans don't acknowledge. We all understand that. But I feel like when you have 8 picks, which is what we have right now, you have 8 picks.
Gotta give up something. You gotta take a risk.
50 small forwards, 15 shooting guard. You know, you have all this stuff going on. Something has to. You got to be able to do something small. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at all these, like all the.
I can't say something small. Gotta do something major.
No, but I'm saying I'm not talking right now. I'm talking about before this point where we could have traded for a role playing big man. Traded, you know what I'm saying? There was a Taj Gibson went to the Thunder. That trade that he went to the Thunder, that was a weak trade. We could have easily got Taj Gibson.
But we didn't need Taj Gibson though.
No, I'm saying
we didn't need a player like that. That's like having an Al Horford, just a low grade Al Horford.
But look at it this way: we had to deal with Amir Johnson. We were in the playoffs trying to use Amir Johnson, and look how that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Taj Gibson would have filled that role.
That was a good
you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we would have relied on Taj Gibson, but he would have held us down instead of relying on Amir Johnson and swapping Amir Johnson out with Gerald Green. Like that's a valid strategy, and then sitting Gerald Green down next game, you know, for a minute. You know, it's just you know, it's crazy. But I'm gonna look at it as I understand trades aren't hard, but Danny and dudes who are kind of caping for Danny, you gotta realize that yo, like you said, the rebuild is over. We're not rebuilding anymore. We rebuild. Our rebuilding phase lasted probably 1 year, 2 years tops.
It was a quick rebuild.
Yeah, we're not rebuilding anymore.
Stop
we're in the pace
of that, Celtic fans.
We got to make moves, and you're giving him credit for something that he has no play with. Granted, I'm not the biggest Brad Stevens fan, but Brad Stevens is the one that brings all these pieces together and he's a great players coach. That's what I like about him. He's doing this. Yep. Danny Ainge ain't doing this. Danny Ainge, the best two things Danny Ainge did was the big 3 trade and getting us Isaiah Thomas. Everything else is not on.
Everything else is a Band-Aid move.
Yeah,
you know like it was a patch up.
So it's like, come on, people who are looking at him and just say, yo, give him a break. He did this and that. No, he did it. Brad Stevens
supposed to pull some triggers, man.
Yeah, like come on, like you guys. And that's just like, so that's what we're here for, to say what some people won't, because that's just we gotta be real about this. Granted, he can still make a move. He still can make something happen, and then we'll look at, okay, Danny, cool, appreciate you finally doing something. Right. That's how it would be, finally doing something. But we can't keep.
We can't wait till another February trade deadline. We can't keep waiting for that because, you know, he was allegedly supposed to have these fireworks go off at the deadline this past season, but nothing happened. Yeah. And then everybody was like, but we got to do this through the draft, and we got to wait for such and such things to happen, and look where we're at. We're here now, and still nothing has happened. We went through a whole draft, and now we got to wait till July, which that's when we're going to see some real transactions happen, which is going to be interesting.
Imagine if Gordon Hayward, everyone thinks this is in the bag. I'm playing devil's advocate.
I don't think it's in the bag at all.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone thinks it's in the bag. Gordon Hayward goes to the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get the Paul George trade. Then what?
Then what? What was all those assets for then? Then you trade your number 1 pick too. So I'm just gonna bring up the fact they even traded a number 1 pick. So it's like,
you know.
And I feel like that just lost all your leverage too. I feel like if a real deal was gonna happen that night, having that number 1 pick would have had all the leverage versus the number 3. I think they lost some leverage off of that. That's my personal opinion. They would have had way more leverage on the transaction, just on the transaction piece. Especially if they're like, my guy wasn't going to be there anyway, so why not?
Right.
Granted that the Lakers could have picked Fultz, but that we'll never know at this point.
Yeah, true. We just kind of waiting. Even though I feel like not this offseason, but the next offseason has more star power. So I feel like they're kind of like, okay, at the end of the day, if we have to go into the next offseason with bread, with the same assets, we're in better shape. Even though Avery Bradley's contract is also up next year.
Well, we got to get rid of those dudes initially off rip. Like the Jay Crowder is either Marcus Smart or Terry Rozier, which I think a lot of people like Rozier, but I like Smart better defensively because he can guard 1 through 4. But you know, trading one of those guys with one of those 8 first rounders that you got for a superstar, because that's all they need, because we saw this happen with Isaiah Thomas getting hurt in the playoffs. We don't have anybody else that can create for themselves, and I know we have Jason Tatum and everything, but we really putting all that pressure on a rookie. Do y'all really believe he's going to come in dropping 18 plus a game? Because Isaiah Thomas is the only player on the Celtics to score 1,000 points a game. I mean, sorry, a game.
I was like, when did he do that? Oh, so like this NBA Jam, NBA shoot.
Yeah, you know, in the season and everything. So that's a little disappointing that we don't have more guys doing that. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, he need to retire tomorrow.
Like this, so I do that.
We know, Appreciate y'all watching. That's our thoughts on the Celtics. We'll be back with y'all next week. Hopefully something crazy gonna happen and make us look wrong, because we want the Celtics to do great. But
I want somebody to be like, see, what about Trader Danny?
We want that. Honestly, we do. We're Celtics fans.
I want what's best for us. I'm just subjective. I can't be with like Danny the whole time and be riding on his coattail and saying he's doing everything right, like some people do.
Yes, we're looking at you. You know who you are if you're watching. All right, so appreciate y'all next episode. We'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate y'all watching.
Give us a buzz.